So one of the things that in sharing the Dharma with others, I always like to think about what are the things about the Dharma that I'm using in my practice that are very important right now in the present moment. And so lately I've been working on cultivating compassion and seeing the disadvantages of self-centeredness. And one of the ways that I'm working on this is I've been working on how I use identities to create my sense of self and how I exist in the world. That these identities give me some reassurance of who I am. They give me some distorted sense of value and worth and respect. Now, the reason that I feel that I need to have some sense of worth and self-respect and meaning is because my mind, which is under the control of self-grasping ignorance right now, has got me convinced that I exist independently from my own side, by my own will, by my own steam, without any causes and conditions, permanent, unchanging. And that in order to protect myself, I live in this vast universe. And in order to protect myself from all of you others who also exist independent, unchanging, by your own steam and by your own will, that I have to create these identities to do that. I think this is where the term in our culture, dog-eat-dog world, comes from. And that, you know, you're on your own and I'm on my own. Good luck, but don't, you know, question me, don't judge me, don't, you know, step over this line. And that's the way that the self-grasping ignorance wants me to think about what these identities do for me. So the practice that I've been doing lately is to identify these identities that the self-centered thought and the self-grasping mind of mine have created. And I'm finding out that contrary to the ignorant mind's, you know, saying that these identities are there created in order to keep me safe, to protect me, to take care of me, I am finding out that more and more these identities keep me bound up in a very tiny, tiny world that's very rigid, very fearful, very unrealistic. Because even though they set up the parameters that say, I am, I exist, there's never a point in time during the day where I'm happy about who I am or how I exist. I've also found out that these identities have profoundly affected my physical and my mental state. So there has been understanding that there's a relationship between these identities and my physical and mental well-being. So the self-centered thought is the creator of these identities, taking its cue from my self-grasping, ignorant mind. So over time, I'm hoping by using the Dharma to sort of share how I'm learning to identify these constructs, and that they cause me, for the most time, because of no matter how much I think I exist and that I am who I am, the dissatisfaction, the suffering that's created through these constructs, I want to learn how to dismantle them and to do it with compassion. So one of the things that I found helpful is to make a list of the identities that I have created for myself. And right now I have about 29 of them. And the identities are created around our professions, our religion, our political views, our emotions, our favorite baseball team, our favorite hobbies, our gender, our sexual preference. And that any thoughts and concepts that we use to block off this sort of 3x3 square that says, this is who I am. So I find that it was helpful for me to do that, and I'm encouraging folks to maybe spend a little time and to sort of set up a list of what their identities are that they use to create an identity for themselves of who they are and how they exist in the world. And as time goes on, I hope that together we can sort of discover how truly the self-centered mind and these identities are not a cause for our happiness and for our peace of mind, but they are actually the cause of great suffering and great pain in our lives.